Out of adversity always comes opportunity, always. And in Louisiana, we were fortunate enough, because of the oil spill, to get a good funding source. We got 30 million in Louisiana, we got 20 million in Florida, Texas got money, everybody got money to try and create a marketing program that would make a difference for our fisheries and our industry. Out of that, we also, and so I've been past chair, let me tell you why. I'm Harlan Pierce, I'm past chair of Louisiana Seafood Promotion Marketing Board for the last 11 years. I'm on the Gulf Council, I'm chairman of the Friends of the Fishermen Foundation, I'm on the executive committee of the Gulf Coast Marketing Coalition. The Gulf Coast Marketing Coalition is the development of what the national group is starting. We are that Gulf arm, and that's why we started it. We started it to begin the process for the national thought process, to show what we could do in the Gulf as a five Gulf state effort. And it's been great. I can tell you that because of marketing, and I start with Louisiana, we've seen nothing but strength in our industry because of it. We've seen shrimp 20% higher at the dock level over a 10-year average in 2011. Oysters 20% higher at the dock level than in 2011 than the 10-year average. Crabs 18% higher. We've seen a difference that marketing is making. At the Gulf Group, we're seeing differences in what we're doing with the retail chain. We're seeing differences where traceability means something, that they understand this product came from the Gulf and came from Louisiana. We're doing things with H-E-B food stores, with Hy-Vee food stores. We saw a 60% increase in Gulf shrimp due to the marketing effort that we did with Hy-Vee food stores. So marketing works. And it takes a lot of money, we throw a lot of money at it, but I've watched as each state, as they did their own thing, and as we realized, sure, we do our own thing as a state, but we also knew that the 5 Gulf state process was better. We know that the restaurants and the retailers would like to have a Gulf brand, not just a Louisiana brand, not just a Alabama brand, but a Gulf brand. And of course that follows to a national brand. But the main thing is that they know it's a domestic brand, a U.S. brand, for whatever it is. But I can tell you firsthand that what's happening in the Gulf is nothing short of phenomenal. We're beginning to change our fishery. Because of it, we're working on educational components to try and educate our younger fishermen. We're doing all sorts of things that are very different than we could do before. But it takes marketing, it takes money. And the proper use of that money, it works. Everybody in Washington knows who we are. They know what we need, and that's important. Because it takes that strength in Washington to come down to the states and into the national group to make it happen. It's not going to happen within your states. You're going to have a national presence to get things done. But again, out of adversity always comes opportunity. We've seized that opportunity in the Gulf. We've created a Gulf group that is the beginnings of the national thought process. We've seen what marketing money can do. You know, Joanne McNeely, she's just standing up in the back as head of our Gulf group. I mean, it's amazing what we've done by putting all 5 Gulf states together. And when we put the 5 Gulf states together, it was also a different model. It's sort of a national thought process to where it's not just processors and fishermen and shrimpers, it's restaurateurs, it's retail chains, it's chefs, it's charter boats, it's tourism. All these people sit on our board with seafood guys. So that we've got the full spectrum. Everybody around that table knows what they need to make things happen. And in the Gulf, we are making it happen through the Gulf Group as well as through Louisiana. But again, it's just the beginning of a national thought process. That's all it really is. And if we get the national thought process going and get them well funded, I think we'll see the same things happen. But don't think that everything is lost, because it's not. I've watched things turn. I see Irvin from Mississippi, he's done a great job with what he's done in Mississippi. He thinks his booth is bigger than Louisiana, but it's not. Yeah, they find his booth because they see Louisiana first, but that's another story. But still, as we continue down this path, there's a need for a national thought process, just like there is a need for a Gulf thought process, as there is a need for a Louisiana thought process. But all those things mesh together, and they definitely work. There's no doubt about that. You know, on the Gulf Council, one of the things we fight, of course, is production levels. We try to keep National Fisheries Service allowance to fish. That's another process, another thought process. But don't give up on this effort, because I think it's an important effort, and it's one that we can show you in the Gulf is working. It's working for shrimp, but not just for shrimp. It's going to work for, I know my farm-raised catfish guy down there, but wild catfish is coming up strong now. We're doing a lot of wild catfish in Louisiana. But your niche industries, if we continue to mire in the market, the commodity marketplace, we're going nowhere. We've got to get above that. You can't concern yourself with imports. You've got to concern yourself with what you're doing and how you're doing it. You've got to concern yourself with educating your vessels that technology works, that better trawls, better boards, better freezing techniques. Get us into that overseas market. 50% of the middle class in the world are going to live in China in the next 5 years. So where do you think our market's going to be? It's going to be in China. They're going to want our large head-on white shrimp. They're going to want all that stuff. So we have to be prepared to do that. We have to be ready to get to those markets. But it takes a solid, strong national marketing front, solid, strong Gulf or Northwest or Northeast or whatever marketing front to come together and make it happen. I've seen it work in Louisiana. I'm watching it work in the Gulf, and I'm very proud to be part of all that stuff, and I'm proud to be up here to tell you about our successes. Thank you.